The LGBTI community, still facing challenges on the continent.
We don't live here as Kenyans because we can't access any human right. As a gay person in Kenya, you can't.
We petition for us to be loved and people to accept us.
On African Perspective this week, we focus on the plight of the LGBTI community in Africa. Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Central African Time on SABC News.
And that, of course, is tonight at 9:30. Join African Perspective anchor Tsepiso Makwetla for a taste of what's to come. Obviously, the focus, Tsepiso, on Kenya. Just tell us the stakes for the gay community there.
So what we'll be looking at is, obviously, you remember that we reported here on Full View that the court said that the caseload was too much and therefore they couldn't make a ruling on this issue. But it's just a bigger picture on the rights of the LGBTIQ community in Africa, whether or not there is still a greater sense of discrimination and what it will take really. So we'll be speaking to visual artist, photographer Zanele Mholi. She's well known here in South Africa and internationally for her work to raise awareness about the community. So we'll get a report from our correspondent in East Africa, Sarah Kimani, about the latest, as you heard some of it there, and then we'll speak to Zanele Mholi. And of course we're inviting members of the community to talk to us via Twitter as well and share their thoughts about that.
An issue across many parts of the continent, like you say. And Nigeria, post-elections, what's
so as you know, it's a fast developing story. We've seen that incumbent President Muhammadu Buhari has been declared the winner of these elections, and Atiku Abubakar, who was the main contender, has rejected the election results, saying that this is a debasement of Nigeria's democracy. And most of Buhari's votes have come from what is known as the Kardashian sisters states, and that is the states of Kano, Katsina, Kaduna and Kebbi. So we'll be speaking to our correspondent Phil Ihaza just on what the reaction has been, but certainly in Kano and Abuja there's been mixed reactions. And we'll also tell you about what the election results are expected to be like for Senegal. You'll remember that Senegal went to the polls on Sunday. The election body there warning the parties to stop speculating about the winners because they're already saying this might go off to a runoff vote. The official election results are expected on Friday, but it seems that there has been a largely high voter turnout. About 68% of people have voted in those polls.
The opposition talking about rigging. Is there fears of violence?
That would be in Nigeria. So far I think that the figures are something like 34 people that have been killed as part of election violence. I think, Francis, it would be too early to say and irresponsible really to even speculate about it, because this has always been the fear that it's such a contentious vote that it may spark violence. You've seen a lot of Nigerians calling on fellow citizens to keep calm, exercise your vote, your right to vote, and keep the peace. But Muhammadu Buhari has been congratulated by a lot of leaders from the international and African community on winning the sixth democratic vote since independence.
All right, thank you very much. Eye on Africa, African Perspective at 9:30 tonight with Tsepiso Makwetla, and lots of developments there in Kenya, Nigeria and Senegal.